The following program may contain strong language. All of the comments and opinions expressed do not reflect the views of anyone but those making said comments. If you decide to continue listening to this program, it is assumed that you are not easily offended and have a broad sense of humor. Now that all that's out of the way, enjoy! Okay, and welcome back to Mike and Billy Show, episode 7, post-Christmas, pre-New Year's. Mike Wendt.
Billy Finnegan, stashing through the snow.
Ah, yes, not really stashing through the slush is more like it around here, though.
I heard it described today as snot.
That's a good way to put it.
That is an awesome way of putting it. It's because it's not slush.
It's wet and chunky.
I don't want to, get down there, scoop a little bit of it up and put it to my mouth and think it's going to be cherry flavored. It's not a slush. It's not. It's snot. It's disturbing.
It's air garbage.
Yeah. It's gross. It's not going to give me, well, it might give me a brain freeze, but it's going to be the least rewarding brain freeze.
You basically should go lick the pavement if you want to use that as slush.
Just eat some paint.
Yeah.
So much more rewarding.
You eating retard sandwiches over there. Might as well go chew on some paint chips. Yes.
Delish.
Yes. So we are back post-Christmas. How was your Christmas?
Very good.
Yeah?
Very good. I like Christmas because of the family time aspect of it.
Same.
I enjoy my family and extended family. The one thing that I'm sure everyone talks about, but I've never really experienced. You have your family members, and there's always ones that are kind of goofy or overly mentally challenged. Not like literal, but like you have your average
black sheeps.
Yeah, well, it's not even black sheeps. It's just you have your intelligence quotient right here, and there's that line, and I believe it's like 60. They're very just below that line.
Yeah. You
have family members like that, but I don't have in my family, and I don't know if I'm just not living correctly, but I don't have a family member who takes the pants off and runs around or does all the weird stuff like that.
I used to be that guy.
I don't doubt that.
No, I had a brief probably 2-year period where I was kind of that guy. The pants always stayed on.
Well, Mike, they have a warning label on the bottle of Jameson's.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get below a certain point of
there's
the
line.
There's a line there,
the line.
and you have crossed that line, and I'm sure it doesn't surprise me at all.
No, yeah, there was a couple of summers especially where it was just
But I feel like I'm missing out.
Week-long blurs.
I feel like I'm missing out. Like I could totally. My family's a good bunch of the Irish Italian mix of let's have a lot of drinks and be merry and have fun.
Yeah.
And we could black out with the best of them if we wanted to, but nothing. It's nothing like a
Griswold family.
It's not
Christmas.
A Griswold family Christmas. I don't have an Uncle Eddie, and so I don't know if I'm missing out on that aspect or if it's just or if I'm just overthinking it. Really,
I think it's. I actually read something over the weekend. At least I read.
Oh my God!
It was something along the lines of
Netflix down.
The top 5 things that make holiday movies bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
one of them was
this a crack.com?
I think it might have been, actually.
I think I might have read this.
It actually might have been.
It, yeah.
Which shows my level of reading.
They're fantastic.
It's a fantastic website.
I don't care what my girlfriend says.
I got hooked on their little their after hours video series. Where it's
I don't
just
watch
them
the
singing
videos.
in the coffee shop.
I don't watch the videos. I just love the articles. I think they're great. They have some good lines.
How it was. It was that black hole, the vortex of the internet, where you start on one thing. It's like if you rate like this, you will like this.
Well, and that's why Wikipedia is the most dangerous website because at one point in time
everything has
at
links.
one point in time you're looking up maybe your favorite band's album. Next thing you know you're looking up the importance of the Ottoman Empire, and you're going, where the fuck did I get this coming from?
What happened to the last 5 hours of my life? But the first one obviously was the dysfunctional family in every single holiday movie.
It's true.
Everyone. And I'm kind of the same way as you. It's like we got the Irish-Italian mix and drink with the best of them.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime we're at a wedding, it's a good goddamn wedding.
Absolutely. Dancing and singing and everything.
But we've never had there's never been a knockdown, drag out, There's never been,
For some strange reason, before you said that, I had in my head you were going to say knockdown, drag out. But go ahead.
I love the term. I really do.
Do you love it as much as I love bum flufferys?
I don't think anybody can love anything as much as you love bum flufferys.
Okay. And
you're welcome, by the way. But yeah, we've never had that, uncle shoves grandpa into the Christmas tree, it catches on fire, and, nothing, not even remotely like that. It's a lot of laughs, a lot of good times. I mean, maybe we're just lucky.
Yeah.
That,
that we just have a family.
We come from good stock.
That we have a family that we get along with, which I'm not bragging on it. I'm very happy that I come from that type of a family. But, there's some points where I just wish, I had the Uncle Eddie, or I had the squirrel in the tree, or I had, I had the Bumpus's dogs coming in and wrecking my Christmas turkey. See, and then I had to go to a Chinese restaurant and they chop a duck's head off. I saw 24 hours of it.
I saw about 10 hours of the 24 hours. I did. It helped I was here for 6 hours, so that kind of padded my results. But
my favorite part in that whole ordeal of 24 hours of the same movie is the fact that I'll watch, maybe I'll watch it completely, the first showing, and then over the course of the day I'll watch it again, only one more time, but it's not one more time consecutively. I watch it in fragments, but I catch the whole movie.
Right.
It's awesome. I love it.
It absolutely is.
I don't care.
It is a holiday tradition. And there's actually, it's funny because, the way TV and marketing and all that stuff is, it used to be you could find that on TV a lot up until TBS
Christmas.
really started hammering. I mean, TBS has been doing the marathon for many years. Before it was a huge publicized thing.
Oh, Mike, it's got to be like 10 years now.
And
close to it.
But you could still, there were points where you could find it on TV. Now it's like you don't see.
No one.
You don't, because they own it.
TBS has exclusively bought those rights, which is great. But it's not only them. Like everyone else, I love how everyone else is trying to cash in on it.
Oh, absolutely.
So like, Fox Family, which I thought was a smart idea. They ran all 3 Santa Clauses and then Home Alone, both nights.
Yeah,
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
It's either Fox or ABC Family, whichever one. It was a family one.
whatever it is now.
And yeah, they had that family channel had a good run of like all the old the claymation Rudolph and Santa Claus movies, and
which you don't see
they showed
anymore,
Christmas
no.
Vacation every day,
which
a couple times.
And I can't believe like Turner doesn't jump on that and go, okay, maybe TBS will do Christmas Story 24 hours, and then you do Christmas Vacation on TNT 24 hours.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like those are 2 essential Christmas movies now these days.
I think their thought is they don't want to take one from the other.
Wow.
I can just see that being in a boardroom with the pie charts and the big suits, and somebody saying we should run like infomercials on TNT just so people will watch TBS regardless.
True. The other big one though I saw, and I think that's going to be the new tradition, is Comedy Central cashing in on that same thing and playing Bad Santa, which I thought
they run the marathon, or
not the marathon, but they aired it a few times, which is just funny. And again, this was my family's Christmas. Right. Was all of us gathered around. It's either, and we have. In my house, we did Christmas Eve at my house, so the whole family comes over, and in the living room, Christmas Story is on, and it's on in the other room, the adjoining room, and the family's kind of split up in 3 quadrants, and the females are all in doing the discussion thing, and all the guys are.
That you're gonna say they were in the kitchen?
No, are split between the. No, that would be my mother. She was, yes.
Slaving over the stove.
Slaving over a hot stove. They were watching A Christmas Story until 10 o'clock. And then Bad Santa came on, and then both TVs switched to Bad Santa. And then you're just hearing adults just cracking up with you know their sons and nephews, and then afterwards, It's Always Sunny Christmas.
Of
so
course.
it was like, it was very rip roaring time.
So it was a good television viewing experience
Absolutely.
had by all.
And that's what Christmas should be. Is just sitting down, enjoying family, and watching TV.
See, I think as far as wanting a little dysfunction in the holidays, I would take the squirrel or the bumpuses. I think a family member would get really old really quick. Like I think if Uncle Eddie was a real person,
Oh my God!
because the thing is that's kind of the other thing with movies is they bullshit a lot of that. They clean it up a lot.
Well,
Uncle Eddie would be a fall down, alcoholic, belligerent fuck.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
And you're telling me
you take shitter as full scene, but you do it without the bathrobe, balls askew.
Yeah.
He would only be wearing the toque. It would be a horror show, and that gag would get old so quick.
You're right. Oh well, Clark Griswold wouldn't exactly have. He'd have no patience. The real Clark would have no patience. Uncle Eddie,
that would turn out to be a stabbing.
That's exactly what would happen. Is you'd get that news report on Christmas, and that's you don't want that. So I kind of want the holiday movie without the jackass.
Right.
You know what I mean? I kind of just wanted to laugh about something rather than be so blind with rage that I take a stocking and shove it up his ass.
An Uncle Eddie for the year.
Yeah, oh my God, there you go.
If there was
that's
an
our
Uncle Eddie for rent type of service.
That's what we should do. Is we should really cash in on that, because who's riding that train right now? So anyone out there who's listening and they're a marketing major, business major, whatever, that's our new shindig.
That's our new venture.
We're gonna do Uncle Eddie's for hire, just to make your Christmas vacation and whatnot just that much more special.
Without the stabby feeling.
No stab. You just let us know where your breaking point is, and when we reach it, we'll leave after you give us the check. No, actually, we'll just take the money up front.
Take the money up front, and if something happens, well, something happens. We'll have plenty of clauses in our contract.
Look, it's not my fault that your wife came on to me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Look, burning the tree was part of it. Didn't you see the movie? I don't care if your grandfather caught fire. He'll be fine. Roll him around. Roll him around. Roll Papa around.
Stop, drop, and roll. Come on, Pop. What are you doing? No, with your good hip.
With your good hip. But yeah, I think the reason that they say that they make those holiday movies bullshit is because like I said, the actual story is a lot sadder and depressing. Yeah. It's like if these were real situations, they would not be comical. Like I said, the Uncle Eddie would be the fall down drunk that you're just like, it's not the good time party drunk who occasionally will take his pants off and make a joke about his asshole.
No, it's the guy that takes his pants off and hits on your 13-year-old niece.
And dinner hasn't even been served yet, and he's got vomit on his chest. And everybody's just kind of looking at him like, again? And that's 3 times tonight.
And of course, he's got to sit right next to Grandma.
Yeah. Hand on the niece. A bit too suggestively.
One hand on the niece, the other hand on Grandma's leg, just both inching up, seeing which one bites.
It's important to remember the true meaning of Christmas.
What's that, Mike?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I thought you had a lot. Oh, wow.
No, that was.
What are you?
That was actually.
Are you saying something happened in the manger there all those years ago?
Yes.
Some inappropriate pig calling.
Mary wasn't quite the virgin she led on to.
You got a pretty mouth there, baby. See, you got to have a guy out there and to stay on Christmas movies. Will Ferrell, which I was reading some stuff on Elf, which was pretty interesting. Like how that script was. It was in the workings for a long time. Jim Carrey was originally slated to star, which would have been a little. It would have made sense, but and not being a Will Ferrell fan, the guy does a great job in the movie, and it's very funny. But
I'm kind of a begrudging Will Ferrell fan. Kind of the same way I feel about a lot of Tom Cruise movies, earlier Tom Cruise movies. Now they're kind of just cookie cutter the same thing. But he's one of those guys that I don't want to like his movies. But then I go in and I watch him. I'm like, man, that's a pretty damn good movie.
See,
I hate the fact that I enjoyed myself. That type of thing.
See, I find myself not enjoying Will Ferrell movies. I find myself enjoying everyone else in a Will Ferrell movie except for Will Ferrell.
Really?
Yes. I think John C. Reilly has him beat.
Yeah.
I think in Anchorman, Paul Rudd had him beat.
Yep.
Carell had him beat. The other guy there,
Champ. He's got a long last name.
Yeah. They're all so much better. Will Ferrell is much better as
I call him not Rob Corddry.
Right. Thank you. Ferrell's better, and I think we've stated this before, as either a cameo or a supporting cast member. Old school, great.
Well, we did.
And that's his most
we did the
memorable
topic on having the weight of the whole movie on your shoulders, and if it fails, it's a Will Ferrell movie that has failed.
Yeah.
But luckily, he surrounds himself by enough decent people that they don't usually fail.
Well, that and the fact that he's, I don't know what you would call the male equivalent of America's sweetheart, but that's pretty much what Will Ferrell is. He's great. He's great. More, I think his Funny or Die website's great. He just did, and I hate the woman, but I happened to catch it. Was he made an appearance on Chelsea Lately, Chelsea Handler, and he did a really funny quick bit. That's funny. His interviews with Conan, really good.
Yeah.
But again, it's like short bursts of Will Ferrell are great.
So basically SNL Will Ferrell.
Right. An elongated 2 hours of Will Ferrell is too much for me. I can't take it anymore. Will, stop.
Stop
I know
making
you're
movies.
listening.
Go back to Saturday Night Live.
Go back.
Forgo those $20 million contracts. Go back to Saturday Night Live.
You know what? Because hell, they need them.
Right.
Speaking of drunk uncles, that was shit that they put on there.
Oh yeah, that
the 12
show. Yeah, I didn't even get. I don't watch Saturday Night Live
Neither do I.
For the purpose that probably most people don't. It's not great.
It's not funny. Sorry, Keenan
so
Thompson.
I didn't get the fucking reference when they came out. I thought they were doing an Artie Lang impression.
No, I thought
to be quite honest.
I thought they were just talking about drunk uncles because of the holidays.
Oh, is that?
I thought. I don't think that's an actual character, and if it is, that's the worst fucking character I've ever seen.
It had to be a character.
No, I don't think so.
It had to have been a character.
Well, we'll have to look that up.
I'll have to Wikipedia
days.
that one.
Yeah, not now though.
But
I don't want to give him the
especially because that followed Kanye.
That's right.
So you were just begging to piss off your audience at that point.
You were just bludgeoned with shit.
You
for,
just had
for 20
a very
minutes.
extended. He was on for what, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
In a skirt.
Yeah.
And the skirt stopped. This is how bad it was. The skirt stopped being the joke. And people were just angry after about 10 minutes of doing skirt jokes.
Well, because
it's get the fuck off the stage.
Know what?
You're not the Who.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, things get a little stale on Twitter and Facebook very quickly. So when that happens, you get very. Now I got what? Now what do I have to talk about on Twitter? That's what it is. No, that's not it at all. He just sucks.
Kanye's skirt.
I loved it. But yes. To go back to the Will Ferrell thing, yeah, they wanted him to make an Elf 2. Of course, they wanted a sequel, and he said no, and I completely applaud him for that. I mean, because they talk about the amount of money they would have shilled out to that guy to do that, and it would have been a shit sequel.
It would have,
and then you would have had a
money.
third one, most likely starring whatever subpar actor they could get to fill Will Ferrell's shoes, or it would be Carell or something.
Right.
It's so not good, and so I will applaud him for that. But
then it turns into the straight to DVD series where you get a new one being churned out every year.
Tim Allen. Santa Claus. Oh
yeah, they did run those. I can't believe they made 3 of them.
Yeah, and the last one had Martin Short in it,
yeah.
Which is very strange. You
know which movie doesn't get a lot of press around Christmas for kind of obvious reasons. It's kind of like a Hanukkah movie. The Hebrew Hammer. Have you seen it?
Yes, he's starring my first favorite Jew.
With what was it, Adam Goldberg, I think it's?
Love him.
Absolutely
actually,
great movie.
and actually, to go along with it, one of my second favorite Jewish actors of these days,
Andy Dick.
No.
Oh, okay.
Is from the Santa Claus there, and I can never remember his name though. But he was also in Harold and Kumar. He played Bernard, the elf. Tim Allen's assistant.
Yeah.
But he's in Numbers, and he's in.
Yeah, he's that guy.
And he's such a great actor that you just never remember his name.
I think he's got another one of those with a long name.
Yeah.
With a lot of consonants in it.
But both those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And they're awesome character actors. But Goldberg in that movie.
But that was one of the ones I was like, I remember seeing that, I mean, years ago on Comedy Central when it first came out.
Same here.
And I was just like, that's a funny fucking movie.
It's really good.
Just the Jewish shaft.
They do well, and I mean I guess you already have it technically in regards to another Christmas movie, Die Hard, but every race out there should have their own shaft. You know what I mean? Like, so obviously we have. I'm gonna put John McClane as our shaft.
Right.
You know, the African American group has Shaft himself. Adam Goldberg as the Hebrew Hammer.
Right.
For the Jews. I mean, maybe.
What was his name? Mordecai Washington Carver or something like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking excellent.
I wanna say maybe the Asian people would have someone like
Jackie Chan.
I don't want to say Jackie Chan because that's the easy one, but you can't say Jet Li because he's too serious.
Yeah.
So I'd almost want to say like Kung Fu Hustle, like Stephen Chow. I believe that's his name. Like he would be really good because he's a great director and actor and something like that. Because you can't be serious with it. It's got to be a little jokey and hokey. So I think it would have to be him.
Chow Yun Fat could have been it.
Chow Yun Fat would be a really good one. Yeah.
And Hard Boiled.
The villain there from Bloodsport. What is his name?
The Van Damme one?
Yeah, the guy that's killing people. He would have been really cool as like the big Asian sensation action star.
Really, I mean, and I don't know. I mean, they don't really have one of those.
They don't
slick characters. They got a lot of action guys. They just don't have the slickness of. And I guess you could make the argument that John McClane wasn't all that slick either.
No, but he was slick enough. You know?
Yeah.
Like he was slick in the way that he could slide his.
That was just because Bruce was coming off Moonlighting.
Well, of course. But he could slide his badassery into anything. He's such an ass.
The badassery. Yeah, that I actually watched both of those on I think it was Christmas morning. I was watching both Die Hards, or no, it must have been Christmas Eve day. I don't know.
Well, they are Christmas movies.
I did whenever you were watching Wonka, I watched those.
Christmas Eve.
Because I was following along on your live Facebooking of Wonka.
Well, I mean, come on. You watch. Okay, if you watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with and not, you don't watch it as a movie. You don't watch it. Watch it as a sociological study of things.
Okay.
You know, take the enjoyment out of it and look at everything in a more serious manner, sorta.
Sure.
Whatever I'm trying to say here.
Sure.
It's that
Take
much
the fun out of film.
It's that much funnier. It is. I mean, come on. You know, I think the one thing that for some reason never ever got to me, or it never occurred to me, was how in Willy Wonka the foreigner is the first to go, out of the kids.
Well,
I mean, he was in the book. He was as well. I'm pretty sure. You know, it followed sort of closely the book, but still, there's a lot of people out there that didn't read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Especially not this generation.
Certainly not this generation. But you're looking at that, and you know, Augustus Gloop in the traditional lederhosen of his people.
Of course.
And just boom, he's gone. He right off the bat. See you later. Get out of here,
the gluttonous fat kid.
Get out of here, you crazy German.
I mean, you can't have that kid in a candy factory for the entire movie. He'd eat it out of house and home.
It would have been so much better if it was him and Charlie, like at the end, muscling it out.
Thunderdome under the chocolate factory.
But you know, there was just a lot of things in that movie that it was really fun. I had never live tweeted anything besides when you and I were going back and forth on the 12-12-12 thing. And so I had fun, especially because Christmas started really early that morning. And by that I meant I had a lot of holiday cheer in my stomach.
You were very festively relaxed, as I like to put it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Festively plump and festively relaxed.
That's what kind of, I wouldn't say ruined my appetite, but I got really, like, this year I was really into trying to make a perfect eggnog.
I saw your tweets.
And man, that shit fills you up quicker than anything.
Oh yeah.
And you're basically drinking cake.
I prefer to think of it as elf cum.
Of course you do. Thank you for just ruining my holiday.
You're welcome. Someone had to be the Grinch.
I spent like both days, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, the beginning portion of it anyway, drinking eggnog. And I guess I gotta limit myself because I would sit down at the dinner table and just be
fall over,
bloated. Bloated as all
Mike,
shit, and just want to like fall asleep in my plate.
Mike, you got to realize you're drinking a fucking milkshake with alcohol. That's what you're doing. You're drinking a stack of pancakes.
I don't think.
I know, but you know,
it just sounded like the right thing to do.
You know, Danny's the same way. She doesn't. Occasionally she'll do the alcohol, but she just likes eggnog. This is her favorite time of the season. Is for fucking eggnog. I like eggnog, but I can only have a glass. One glass a year, and that's it. Because I think to myself, I haven't had eggnog in a while.
Well, probably a year exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But it's always the same thing. I haven't had eggnog in a while. And you get that eggnog amnesia, and then you drink it and you go, that's pretty good. But then you go, do you really want another glass? No, not really. I'm good. I'm all set. And for me, I have no idea what the fuck is an eggnog. Eggnog. What the hell is a nog? Please tell me. I know what eggs are. What's a nog?
But yeah, that's kind of what happened with me. I was out. I did my Christmas shopping all on Sunday afternoon, and I did it all in a matter of 2 hours. I kicked shopping's ass, by the way.
Nice.
Had everything planned out, where I needed to be, what I needed to get. I got in. I was like a fucking ninja with that shit. With the exception of when I got to Best Buy. Then I kind of lost my way a little bit because I got stuck in
because you got stuck in your DVD aisle.
I got in the DVD section, and I had to like force myself out.
Mike, it's Christmas. You're probably going to get something under the tree. You're going to ruin it.
Had to give myself the hook. And but I got in, got out, got all my shit done. And one of my last stops was across from a liquor store, and I'm like, I want some eggnog. And I went across, and I grabbed some rum and some brandy, and I started my chemistry experiment when I got home. And
you put the oversized goggles on and the rubber gloves. Yep. I see you as the mad scientist of Christmas.
Absolutely. I got my special wig for it and everything. It's my wacky wig. And
does Denise like throw the hump on?
She just leaves the room.
She throws the hump on and the and like the
old Morty part of my shenanigans.
She has the Morty Feldman eyes going. What hump?
She just wants no part. What hump?
It's pronounced Igor.
She wants no part of my tomfoolery.
Your bum flufferys?
My bum flufferys.
Yes.
But yeah, so I start the chemistry experiment on a Sunday night when I get home. And that lasted all of about, I don't know, 3-4 glasses.
Really?
Before I passed out. On the couch watching Bad Santa.
So again, you put a little more nog than you had egg in there?
Yes, yes. A little bit more whiz with my cheese, if you will. And
I was certainly whizzing around that couch.
And
it was really tough to clean up in the morning.
Get up next morning. It was obviously Monday, so that was Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate fucking this weekday holiday bullshit.
Well, you know, Mike,
can't we just change the date whenever it falls on Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
No, Mike, you can't.
Why not?
Because
It's not like Jesus is going to complain about his birthday.
Jesus was born on the 25th of December. We all know this.
If he has a problem, let him come down.
Okay,
and say something.
Can you please not invoke the baby Jesus, sweet baby Jesus,
in his golden robe and manger?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, so then Monday morning, I got up and continued the chemistry experiment. Had after my coffee, which I added some of your special Irish cream there. Very tasty. Thank you for that.
I squoze it myself.
Nice. It was very nice. Phrasing.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And but then after that, I jumped right back into eggnog world, and it's weird because I'm drunk, yet I'm also falling into a food coma.
That's a bit of a strange
it's a
epidemic
weird fucking
you have.
thing because you feel fat as shit.
Yeah.
But you're like I said, you're festively relaxed. You're very happy. You probably got something good on the TV. I think so. It was New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, so I was watching Die Hard, which obviously something great to drink to.
Of course.
Both of the first two scenes, which I only counted as a trilogy. I don't believe that 4 or this new 5 will ever exist.
No.
They will never enter my home.
I agree with you there.
But I watched the first
you,
two.
Justin Long.
And I know I mentioned on Facebook, always forget that Meat from Porky's was the ice pick in the eye terrorist in the second one.
Which is very strange.
He always slips my memory.
Why do they call you Meat?
Yet Robert Patrick, I seem to always remember being... Jason Patrick was the guy in Narc. Robert Patrick was the Terminator.
Yes.
And the Terminator had a almost cameo-ish role in that scene where they were trying to go to get to the fucking satellite thing, and there's that shootout with the escalator, the moving thing, and he's like the dude that starts the whole shootout.
Of course,
and dies relatively quickly.
Well,
John Leguizamo was another one, that was in it.
I don't even remember Leguizamo.
He was a terrorist again. I think he might have had 2 words, and they were overdubbed by another actor.
Of course.
Because, that
is a man who is so freaking funny and great at parts when he wants to be great. Very underrated, but he just doesn't get a fair shake. Yeah. The man did, and I know it was a rehashing or a reboot of a Shakespeare play, but he played really well in Romeo and Juliet. Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, that was...
Which it was a different take on it, but it was still the same
cable.
thing. Yeah,
a few weeks ago, I saw about 20 minutes. I'm like, that's so 90s.
It really is. But
watching it, I'm just like, man, with the Mustang 5.0s and the clothes, I'm like, damn, this is 90s.
But you know what's the funny part about it is that I forgot that Paul Rudd's in that movie.
There's a few people that you forget are in it, yeah. Because it wasn't Paul Rudd.
Right. Well, he was just some
fucking working actor.
That Paul Rudd, and I might be wrong in this one, but I believe that was pre-Clueless. That was post his Comedy Central.
The Overnight Express one?
Overnight Express movie. And obviously Paul Rudd of now.
Pre-becoming Paul Rudd.
Yeah, the Paul Rudd.
Actually getting your name on a poster type of thing.
But Leguizamo, man, I think is extremely underrated and for some reason not used.
Way. I think he was excellent in Carlito's Way.
If he's a great character actor, you just don't give it to him. People don't give him enough credit for it, or he has a shitty agent. I don't know.
It could be bad choices, or you can also wonder, is he a dick?
He could be a dick completely.
He could have burned a few too many bridges.
But look at look at the superior work he did in Super Mario. No.
Right.
Where you don't realize it's him and it's not the greatest movie, but the stuff that he did in Spawn, the movie Spawn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's
I watched it once.
Again, not a good movie, but you put like what seemed to be 300 pounds of makeup on the guy, and he's a completely different animal. Now
that was him. Was it him or was that Black Dynamite?
No. That was him as the fat little, I don't know, the Spawn character.
Oh, yeah. He was like the penguin character.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was, I mean, you could hear it in his voice, obviously.
But Black Dynamite was Spawn.
Black Dynamite was Spawn.
Okay.
which if you out there listening in have not watched that movie,
I actually revisited that.
I love that movie
on Blu-ray the other night.
It's the best blaxploitation movie ever.
Yeah,
because it's completely it is in its entirety
basically
a blaxploitation movie, but it's satirizing blaxploitation movies.
That is what I'm Gonna Get You Sucker wanted to be.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Oh totally. They wish they could have had that.
I'm Gonna Get You Sucker had its time and its day, but it was too much of an In Living Color episode extended.
Yeah,
because it was kind of sketchy. There was like specific scene
it
breaks.
Also that movie, and as good as it is, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Yeah.
That had a lot of just no-name actors, like completely no-name for the time being.
Yes and no. I mean, it was almost the cast of In Living Color, who at the time were relatively not known. But I mean, the older guys were blaxploitation actors,
right?
I mean, Jim Brown and Isaac Hayes.
But again, like, no, you know what? I'm wrong on this one.
Yeah, you were off on that one. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking.
I just think that if you had like a
Damon Wayans with hair.
Yeah, something, right after Earth Girls Are Easy. That might have been funny. But speaking of In Living Color, I just watched a couple episodes. They were running them recently during the overnight. Still a great show.
It's still a funny show, sure. That was one I heard they were trying to reboot
wait,
it or something.
What do you mean? Do you mean that show with the two white people and Wayans family? Yeah, that's the show I'm talking about.
That was another thing I was looking at during the week, and now the TV spots have started to hit. Marlon Wayans' new horror spoof.
Oh no!
Have you seen the trailers yet?
No.
Now,
is this gonna be like a scary movie thing?
The Wayans did the first two scary movies.
Just the first two?
Yeah.
I stopped watching after.
They did 1 and 2
or 3,
and then they abandoned it, and the Zuckers picked it up for a couple until Leslie Nielsen died, and then they kind of stepped away. I think they did 3 and 4, and now they're on to 5. Scary movie, that is. And so it's weird. I watched the trailer the other night, and it's the one with Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan is in it, and
I heard
it's basically spoofing, very very heavily spoofing Paranormal Activity.
Well,
and
what other horror movie are you gonna spoof? Because really, Cabin in the Woods spoofed them all,
right?
But by being a superior horror movie.
Yeah, I got kind of duped on that one. I didn't know how to take that one, whether it was supposed to be a comedy or
But that's again, it's like it's like Black Dynamite. It's a blaxploitation film parodying blaxploitation films.
So Scary Movie 5, they're spoofing Paranormal Activity. However, opening relatively around the same time is the Marlon Wayans horror spoof called Haunted House, which is also spoofing Paranormal Activity.
So we're gonna have two movies for the price of one.
They look identical. They look like the same fucking movie?
Didn't Eddie Murphy do Haunted House?
He did Disney's Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion, okay.
Yeah, which I guess Guillermo del Toro is looking to redo, except much darker.
Guillermo del Toro can do whatever the hell he wants.
An actual scarier type of movie, as opposed to
he could do whatever he wants. He did. He gave me Hellboy, and he gave me Pan's Labyrinth. Don't care. Do whatever you want. Have fun.
You would let him have his way with you, wouldn't he?
No, he's kind of big.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, no, I'm not a bear guy.
A sacrifice for your art, babe.
I don't think so.
But
if Robert Rodriguez now, that's a good-looking man.
There's a man who can just
the only
take me to town.
And the only reason is because he hangs out with some very tasty-looking women.
And he's very handsome.
He's very handsome with his cowboy hat on. I can't remember the last time there's been a movie or two movies that are opening back to back that's been like that.
Identical.
Because I know that there have been movies like that.
The only difference is the Wayans one obviously has more African American actors
than
the Sheen one.
Well, because obviously after
it's like here's the
right,
the blonde hair, blue-eyed
here's
version.
Here's the whites only version, and here's the black,
here's the hip hop
version.
It's exactly what it looks like, and
the Wayans version will have the white, all the white characters be dumb.
Yeah,
and
obviously.
And the Sheen version will have the one black guy
black guy who dies in the opening scene.
Yeah.
But gotta love racism. The only thing, and the only reason I would say that if I had to pick one or the other, I would go with the Wayans one, only because I know they've already, like I said, the TV spots have hit and it's rated R. And I'm going to assume that the scary movie, because the last
PG-13.
2 or 3 have been PG-13, and it looks like, again, it's the American Pie effect with Scary Movie now, where it's just like they're churning out one every year,
and it's the same.
And I mean the American Pie straight to DVD Comedy Central ones that were basically the only thing keeping Eugene Levy employed for 6 years.
It didn't have anyone of the original cast in there, but that's just what it is now. It's let's take the same gag, rehash it. Instead of like a guy peeing on a girl, it'll be a girl peeing on a raccoon or something. You know what I mean? And it's like it's the exact same setup, the delivery, everything is the exact same.
They've become a
not a terrible explanation that I just gave you. Yeah, and so that's what those things are. And
it just it amazes me that the studios would allow it to happen.
Of course they would, because it's going to get money.
You think?
People are going to go and watch that movie. Absolute middle America people, because that's what they think is comedy.
Christ, I don't know. I don't think. I think one or the other.
You watch. They'll at least make their money back. They'll make the budget back.
Yeah.
Whatever they spend on it, most of that's going to be probably for Sheen and Lohan's budgets.
It looks like they're only in a cameo of the movie anyway, but I can't be too sure.
Well, apparently, and I had actually read this somewhere, Lindsay Lohan's very upset at the producers or the filmmakers there for that movie, because there's a scene in the trailer where she's screaming at something, and
it's a court case.
Okay, but it's the court. You say it's the court case.
No, not the court case. It's a shot of her on TV, and it says like
probation revoked.
Yeah.
Yes. Apparently, according to Miss Lohan and her people, the actual scene, she agreed to do the movie if they didn't make fun of her or whatever it was. Like they could make fun of her, but they couldn't press on the probation stuff or anything like that. So when they film the movie, they're doing that scene.
Sure.
She's screaming at a video of her watching, Herbie Unloaded or whatever, Herbie Fully Loaded, whatever Herbie movie she was in. Because so it's like that's the funny thing. But unbeknownst to her, they changed it post production.
What?
Oh my God! You mean to tell me that directors do that? And now she's I don't know if she's threatening lawsuits or whatever, but she's got nothing else to do anyway.
Yeah. Oh my God!
And I'm sure they've got a lawyer that'll help them out. That's better than whatever she's got.
A fucking sense of humor. Holy
look, you fucked up your own life. You suck at it.
Just
your
life
stop it.
Go into the toilet publicly.
You're all over the place, and don't tell me that they follow you around, because I'm sorry, there's plenty of celebrities out there who don't get followed around. Who don't tell the media where they're going to be. Why don't you go and show up, or have agents that do it, whatever it is, and they can they can still live a normal life. Fuck, look at Affleck, look at Matt Damon. I mean, those guys are high profile guys. Matt Damon. We talked about them last week.
Right.
Look at Kevin Spacey's the obviously the biggest one. He's nowhere around.
Right.
Fucking Bill Murray. Anyone. Bill will be seen when he wants to be seen, but he's not chased down.
And in the most awesome of ways.
Oh, of course. But he's got to plan those things.
Right.
Or give us a giant hoax and get my hopes up that I'm going to try to party with Bill Murray.
Aww.
But,
you ruined Billy's summer.
You're telling me... the summer of Murray. You're telling me that, like, they're just following you around. They just happen to see. Stop being an idiot. If you don't want to be ridiculed for your life being like that, don't do it. Real easy.
It's very. Yeah, one of the things I've always said about if I ever become like win the lottery or God forbid, make something of myself in a career where I'm to the point of having some sort of celebrity.
High hopes.
And no, trust me, they're dwindling day by day.
I'm sorry.
But the first thing I would ever do, if I was ever not even famous, just rich, hire I would never drive myself anywhere.
Oh my God.
I don't care if I was going to breakfast with the Pope, no intention of drinking anything. I would not drive.
Well, I don't care if I'm going to breakfast right down the road, like literally 2 blocks down the road.
I would make somebody drive me to the bathroom.
Absolutely.
That comes back to our midget butler discussion.
Well, yeah, but he better have a go-kart
for around the house.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, you're not fitting your ass in a mini go-kart.
No, just for around the house.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I fully agree with you. I was just having this conversation with someone else last week. These athletes that get bagged for DUIs and whatnot. The NFL has a taxi service.
Yeah, they got a system in place. So this doesn't happen.
Any time at night you could fucking call. It doesn't matter. You could have just done heroin, whatever. I don't care what it is. You could have knocked over a CVS for OxyContin. Whatever. Yeah, you need a wheel. It doesn't matter. Call them, and they will come and pick you up no matter where you are in pretty much the continental United States. I don't know if they do it overseas. I'm sure they got an arrangement.
They're only in city to city.
Right. I'm sure they got an arrangement. But it's like, you're telling me, and plus the fact that if you're making all that money, you can't afford, like, maybe just, get one of your buddies to do it and just drive around.
That was the other thing. They all have these entourages. That show was kind of a perfect example of it. They all got the hangers on. They all got the,
Well, they had the one kid was the actual manager. But he was a manager, though.
They all kind of.
I've only seen a few episodes, but they're great.
Over the course of the season, they all started as just hangers on.
Okay.
And they developed roles, and they had the one who became the manager, and then the one that became the driver, and his brother was an actor, but you hire one of your friends.
Yeah.
Look,
what's so bad about that?
I make millions of dollars a year. You're going to take a salary. You can't drink or do drugs, but you have to drive me around and take my sloppy seconds.
I mean, as long as you... hey, how can you argue with that? If one of my friends offered me that job, as long as they didn't treat me like a dick...
Right.
Absolutely. I'm getting paid to basically hang out with my buddy, drive him around to places.
Right.
He's probably going to, give me some, bonus cash.
Right.
Sloppy seconds, fine, whatever.
It's a job.
It's a salary. It's a job. You could pay your way. You probably live in at the place. If not, you could get something of decent,
it just boggles my mind that they, even on nights out, like when they're going out to a club, why would you drive yourself? Why would you drive yourself?
I mean, okay, you want to feel so important and going out to these clubs and all, but yet you don't get a driver.
Why would you drive yourself? There is no fucking possible explanation for driving yourself on a night where you're specifically going out to get shitty.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like, I didn't know.
Normal people, we don't have that luxury. And a cab from Boston to the suburbs is about $80, so it's kind of a bitch to do.
Yeah,
so we got to make those choices.
And the fucking tea closes at like 11.
Right.
Hey, what do you think's a good time to shut this thing down?
Oh my God, I had a
11 o'clock?
horrible experience years ago, drinking in Boston, and we were going to catch the very last train. I was catching the last orange line, and I was parked at Oak Grove. Last stop that away. I get on, shit-faced, get on the wrong side.
Oh, I hate that.
Sit on the train, pass out. I wake up to the sound of Jackson Square.
Oh.
I'm like, oh God. Oh my God. I am so far in the wrong neighborhood. This is not good.
No.
So I'm sitting there and I get off, and it's about like 12:30, 12:45 now.
Yeah,
that was literally the last train. But I'm sitting on the platform, hoping another one's just gonna come by. I'm hoping. I'm willing it. I'm like, please be another train. Please be another train. And finally, the person working there. It's like, what are you doing?
What are you waiting for?
Like, there's no more trains. I'm like, fuck. So I frantically start calling cabs, get me back. And of course I was going to, defeat the whole purpose of taking the T, because now it's going to cost me about $80-90 to get back to Oak Grove. And I was sitting outside this Jackson Square station. Guys sitting on the curb, rocking back and forth, vomiting all over himself. It's a fucking,
well, you had a lot of eggnog.
It looked like the zombie apocalypse was upon me. And this cab pulls up, and I didn't give a shit. I see somebody walking towards it. I'm sure it was their fucking cab. Guess what? I ran, grabbed it, jumped. I get the fuck out of here. I did. I stole their cab. I don't care. I need to get home. Oh. And of course,
somewhere right now, there's a misconnections page dedicated to you on Craigslist.
Fuck them. And of course, like every other cab, out there. Oh my god,
I missed you.
I hate giving cab drivers directions.
Why the fuck should you give a cab driver directions, especially when you're a cab driver?
This, on Facebook a couple weeks ago, because when my car was in the shop, I had to cab it from here to from work to home, and I had to give the guy. I mean, back when I was going from Jackson to Oak Grove, it was a little bit easier. It was, give him generalized directions, and I'm not good at directions. Period. Shit-faced, I'm horrible. Mm-hmm. And this was, like I said, years ago. There wasn't Google Maps on my phone.
Right.
This was smartphone era.
Yep.
And, but yeah, like the other day, my house is 7 minutes from here. It's not hard. It's a few lefts and a right. Mm-hmm. But I'm sitting here having to give the guy turn by turn fucking directions. And what pissed me off more is he's got a GPS sitting on his fucking dash.
Well, what the hell is that?
I'm like, and part of me is like, I should get 50% off the fare. I just did half of his job.
Well,
half of his job is knowing where to go, and the other half is getting me there.
Well, I remember, and I believe I said, well, you certainly don't have to tip him.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, I can see just at least, give him the money for the cab ride. But
it's fucking retarded.
If you got a GPS there, and that's the thing with these cabs these days.
That's his job, though. I mean, that would basically be like me.
What's the point? What's the point in putting the GPS in there if you're not going to fucking use it?
That would be like me showing up here, talking, and then making the listener come into the studio and push the button to play the music. Mm-hmm. Same fucking thing. It's half of my job. Mm-hmm. One half is talking, the other half is playing music.
Or
have them come in and do a break.
Talk and
I'll play music, you do a break. I don't feel like doing my job today. It's exactly the same fucking thing. It's 50%. Think about anybody listening. Think about like what you do for work. Take 50% away and give it to the person who you're doing it for. Your consumer.
I think.
So it'd be like going to a store.
Some of the people out there listening probably.
I'm sure.
Only do 50%. So really, it's only 20. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, especially if they're listening to this at work. Good for you. Way to multitask there, folks.
Yeah.
But it would be like going into a store and having, well, I guess they do that now too. They make you ring your own shit in the.
Yeah, that's
what I do. But it's
an
elective thing. You can choose to ring your own shit. You can choose to do it,
unless you go to a CVS where it's pretty much just checkout only.
I don't like dealing with people anyway. I think less people interaction for me is much better.
Oh, for you? Absolutely.
Absolutely. And the worst thing about those fucking things is the goddamn weighted fucking bag thing. You can't move shit.
Oh, yeah.
You have to ring it, drop it in the bag thing. And
well, you can say, I don't want to bag this item.
If you... it's so fucking... and CVS ones are the worst.
They're
the worst because they give you maybe 3 to 4 inches of space.
Yeah.
So it's like you put a stick of gum there. And if you have to like move that, it's lockdown time. Lockdown. You need a passcode. You need a security key.
My favorite thing in the world is
you got some itchy motherfucker coming over next to you that I didn't want to deal with to begin with. You're like, hey, what? I'm like, just fucking put your code in.
And that's the
put your code in.
That's the worst thing about it. You talk about feeling like half of a human. You can't do a simple task like, just scanning a barcode, and then all of a sudden it's like, assistance needed. It just automatically does it. So now I feel like the biggest jackass.
And you're
then
there
yes, like you
specifically
said,
so you wouldn't have to deal with these people.
And now some 15-year-old kid with pimples all over his face comes over, or it's some sassy woman who just, she woke up on the wrong side of the menstrual cycle this morning.
She woke up on the wrong side of life.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you got to deal with that person. And it's like, fuck. Like, something that should have taken 2 minutes is now going to take 8. And that just reminds me of that stupid... I can't believe I just got reminded of Dane Cook. But the Dane Cook joke, where it's, everything in the future, it's going to be teleporting, you want to get to New York City from here, like 2 seconds, boom. But going to the DMV will still take 8 seconds.
8, yeah, that's good.
Dane.
That's not bad.
The setup was all good during that comedy special, and then of course he started yelling, and then I just said, fuck you, Dane.
He's a very animated young man, isn't he?
He sucks.
Not a fan of the Dane, are you? No.
Why does he get to sell out fucking arenas? Why can't I sell out
because
an arena?
He made a finger thing. He did his little finger symbol, and
not this.
The kids like it. The kids like it. They like gang signs, especially white kids. They like to think they're doing gang signs.
Oh God, the kids.
It all started back with Snoop, and once Snoop got integrated into the white suburban homes, all the kids were trying to do the Bloods and Crips gang signs.
And getting shot everywhere.
They looked like they had horrible carpal tunnel at 16 years old.
Well, carpal tunnel or diabetes.
Diabetes.
That's the two things that we're facing in our generations or the next generations.
Wilford.
I hope they freeze Wilford Brimley and then they just keep him around and just do diabetes commercials. No, I don't think so. If he is, wow, what a career, because he's still being talked about now. He's like Jimi Hendrix of acting.
He's the
No, he's not.
No, he's not. He's the Billy Mays of acting. I love how quickly they yanked his fucking commercials off once the Coke shit came out. It was like Billy.
I didn't even hear about that.
Billy Mays?
He's a cokehead?
Like his heart exploded.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, like I think I read that anyway.
Are you sure he wasn't?
I could be completely fabricating this entire story.
Are you sure he wasn't like snorting one of his products?
Yeah, he was snorting the OxyClean.
OxyClean gets your stains out, and it's also great if you need a good buzz. You think you're falling asleep? Just snort a little OxyClean.
I'm Billy Mays. We're gonna clean up the kitchen, and then we're gonna fucking bake a pie, and we're gonna solve all the world's problems, and we're gonna do it all in this little room. It's gonna be Oh, Billy Mays. Oh,
feel the rush.
Oh my God. Another great South Park hit, and they again, luckily were on the air when he died, so they were able to jump right on it the next week. And it was that was the Michael Jackson episode.
Yes.
Where Billy Mays was haunting Kyle's little brother, and he had to turn into Michael Jackson because he was in and all the dead celebrities. There was one or two that were actually like Billy Mays was one of them, but there was another one that was like just recently dead that they jumped on. And it's just so fucking timely.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Crikey.
The Halloween party.
Oh, it's awesome.
He showed up as himself.
It's awesome. Yes, an autopsy report issued Friday. This is a long time ago.
Look at you, fancy phone. You Google Billy Mays? I thought you were texting over there.
No, I'm Googling Billy Mays.
All right.
August 7th, 2009. I didn't even know about this. But yeah, he found cocaine.
He was doing the cocaine.
Mays died from a lethal arrhythmia of the heart caused by hypertensive and, not going to even pronounce it, heart disease. Blah, blah, blah. I further concluded that cocaine use caused or contributed to the development of his heart disease and therefore contributed to his death. Well, I mean, yes and no.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that's bad for you. Cocaine's bad. But
cocaine's bad, okay.
But he could have been a big fan of, eating pork or something as well. I mean, if he didn't do cocaine, it's like his diet was just as bad.
Sure.
Look, you're right in what you're saying, and yes, okay, fine. You know what? Billy Mays, he likes the wacky stuff. He likes to powder the nose. It's fine. Whatever. Fuck you.
Billy Mays read a weather report. It said it was a blizzard.
All right, wait. Ready? What's the better way to die? Heart arrhythmia due to cocaine use or via stingray?
Stingray.
Yeah. Irwin definitely takes it.
I mean, I'm assuming that getting stabbed with like a 2-foot spike to the chest.
I'm
gonna guess you die pretty quickly.
I'm sorry, but I am much more surprised, especially since that picture went viral earlier this year. The stingray picture with the stingray is somehow on top of the backs of the 3 girls.
Yep.
How does a stingray fucking kill you? And yet he's the crocodile hunter, and not once were his balls in jeopardy or his foot chomped off, or like, he was such an asshole to every single one. You know what I mean? Like, I understand you're trying to research
leaked
these
footage. How has that not come out?
That's what I'm saying. Like, where is this?
How do we not have the
we have faces
Steve
of death.
Irwin death
we have all these snuff films. We have these porns shot by celebrities. We don't have bonus footage of Steve Irwin either, getting seriously maimed or just impaled by the stingray. How is that not out right now?
I'd love to see it.
Somebody work on that, please.
Which is also kind of the sickness that is this culture, this generation. I would love to see that, but that's kind of
it's a curiosity. Come on.
It's very 2 girls 1 cup-ish. Where it's like you gotta watch it.
Could you imagine the reaction videos to Steve Irwin's death? Okay. Here's one for you. When it happened, did you look it up on YouTube? Did you look up Hussein's death?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would be shocked to know that didn't have, because I don't think it's on there anymore, but I want to know how many hits that had, because I'm sure it was just over, millions upon millions, but it's probably still just under Justin Bieber.
Because every time it would get loaded up, it would get taken down, so you could never really. I don't think they could calculate an exact number.
But the funny thing is,
each one that would get loaded up would get a different,
The funny thing is that, or I shouldn't say funny. The strange thing is that that video kept having come up and down, up and down. It's like completely taken off. Users taking this off, but yet the Gaddafi video stayed up for quite some time.
What was that?
And the Gaddafi one was much more. It was almost shot in like high definition.
I was gonna say, wasn't it news footage though?
Oh yeah.
I mean, also the other thing is Gaddafi was out in public. I mean, Hussein's thing was in the gallows. It was a very private
gallows.
You could tell
that was in a fucking staircase.
You could tell the dude was holding his phone by his knees and stuff. It was that whole bit, But Gaddafi's was like in public.
Oh, Gaddafi's, they dragged him out
through the town,
and then as they're dragging him through, and this was, hey,
Gaddafi was on Tosh.0 for Christ's sakes.
But whatever you want to say, yes, the man was a militant
naughty boy,
naughty boy.
Yeah,
sure,
there you go.
But watching that video, holy fuck! Just like as they're dragging him through the streets, repeatedly stabbing him, and then I think they were shoving things up his ass.
Knives.
They
were stabbing him in the ass.
Thanks a lot for that. I really want to, watch that White Power Bill over there just like stabbing in the ass. Like, fuck. And if none of you get that reference, then shame on you.
They bring new definition to the term "loving him with a knife."
Oh my God, knife life.
Oh,
that was it was really shocking to watch it, and but again, curiosity.
You feel weird watching people die.
You do.
Though.
You feel very weird. I mean, I remember
that seems like a very common sense, obvious statement. You feel weird watching people die.
But it's one of those things.
But these are horrible people.
Well, exactly. That one. Yeah.
Like watching the Hussein execution, it was strange.
Well, it was comeuppance though. It was comeuppance. It was that moment, because it's just
you got a weird feeling because we're not murderers,
right?
So it's like watching that. It's like, okay, he's never gonna be alive again.
But you know what it is too? It's that time that you actually watch, because if you sit there and you watch the news and you see all these people and again, didn't want to dwell on the shittiness of what happened earlier this week or even last week, but you see these people who get out of jail, killing someone, they do their time, they get out of jail, and yet then they go off and they do it again, or something to that extent. They don't really reform. They don't really do anything. But something with like Hussein or Gaddafi, they got what was coming to them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And so it's that curiosity. It's like it's curiosity because you wonder what it looks like. Everyone wonders what it looks like.
Right.
And if you don't, I think there's something wrong with you. But you're curious to see what the whole setup is. Plus the fact that you also just want to see it out to its ending. You want to see the punishment because maybe it's going to make you be a better person.
It's almost
I don't know.
like being. It's like watching a reality show because that's what they've
Well,
made.
it is reality.
That's
Yeah.
what they've made the news.
Oh my God, absolutely.
The Hussein thing and all that
scripted.
stuff. That was like a long running reality show.
Well, and that
with
I
the
think,
24-hour news coverage.
and that I think started really with OJ.
So yeah, absolutely. And you want to see the final episode.
Yeah.
And I think, and that was one of those things like why so many people were clamoring for a photo or some kind of footage of the Bin Laden strike.
Yeah.
Of course, nothing legitimate ever came out of it.
Which I thought was and a conspiracy theorist, whatever you want to say, I thought was really good because you don't need to. You
don't need to, but
you don't need to do it. There's that curiosity that's still there, but you don't need to broadcast.
That's where we are, though. We want to see that final episode. We want to see the conclusion to our reality shows. And that's what the 24-hour news coverage has created. I mean, it's not our fucking fault. We were fine watching The Sopranos week after week, but then they created this.
And then we basically helped, feed the fire.
They sensationalizing, whatever you want to call it, they created this.
Man,
they created the need for us to see these people, come to their end.
All this talk about closure and season finales I just can't wait now for the ending of the Jersey Shore.
It's over.
How are they gonna end those people?
It's over.
Damn it.
Yeah.
They didn't walk them off a cliff.
Well,
Mike, you're disappointing me here.
Do we want to do Sandy jokes? Is it too soon? They ended the shore. The shore is gone.
I guess that was the only way to go.
They came, they saw, they blew it up.
That's what the hell did I say? Oh, yeah. I mean, too many jokes after Sandy hit. Obviously it was terrible down in that region. But up here the main joke was,
what's the big fucking deal, bitch?
Well, it was what's the big deal?
Because
we didn't really get hit, but the other thing was
we've had harder rain the past 2 days.
The other point to it was, that was your time. That was your chance right there to take out the cast of the Jersey Shore, and you just couldn't fucking do it. Sandy was an underachiever. And it's terrible to say because there was a lot of people that obviously, I'm just really, I don't want them to live. You guys, everyone else out there.
Them to live.
Everyone else out there is fine, but that cast, that's the degradation of America right there. That's part of it.
I don't know if I don't want them to live. I would love to see them poverty-stricken, though.
No, well,
I would love to see them not be able to make money.
It's almost impossible these days.
And that's the problem.
That's what I think. That's what bugs me. It's 70 to 85% of what bugs me about them is just who they are. But the rest of it is, why can't I be doing shit like that? And at least I'm not going to be,
It's a little jealousy.
It's jealousy. It's jealousy because at least I got a brain on myself. Maybe that's the problem. Is because I have a fucking brain, or you have a brain, and we have normal thought processes, and so we're not really that entertaining. I hope we are on this podcast, but obviously we're not entertaining for this big screen or even the small screen. It doesn't even matter. They don't even want pictures of us. Fuck. Where's my break? I should have done that damn hipster thing.
Oh, the movie part? Yeah, you absolutely should have. You absolutely should have.
That would have been my big break.
I almost speaking of reality shows, almost had an opportunity.
You weren't going to do that Massachusetts Real World thing.
Not the most recent one.
Pete's Wicked or whatever.
A few years back, I went for an audition. Actually, I didn't even audition. They did one of the open casting call
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
bar.
yeah.
And I refuse to do those. I went to one.
What do? Do you just stand around and then someone comes up?
And you wait with a whole bunch of other assholes that know nothing about actual filmmaking or TV. They just want to get famous. It's the cast of the Jersey Shore. That's the same fucking thing. They're just a bunch of assholes in line who want to be famous. They have no business, they don't want to do any work to do it. Mm-hmm. And I went to one back when I was first interested in filmmaking. I think I was like 17 years old, 16, 17 years old. And again, waited in line for probably 3 hours. Got there early, so I probably gave up about 6 hours of my day.
Yeah.
Stood in front of these people sitting at a table. They took my picture. They asked me if I played street hockey. They sent me on my way. And that was for Dennis Leary's Monument Ave. It was him and Martin Sheen. It was mid-90s is when that movie came out. And I didn't get the part.
What a pointless fucking day.
It really was. It was a waste of a
Or was
day.
that just an extra to like be in the background playing street hockey?
I would assume so. But there was one. They did the casting call. I didn't go to it. I sent my package to the casting director directly, and it was for a reality show that was going to be on Spike called America's Greatest Asshole or America's Biggest Asshole, something like that.
Speaking of which, Dennis Leary is not hosting it, or
I actually got I got 2 callbacks, and I was I was in the final.
You could say what you want, but you're not really that big of an asshole.
I was acting, babe. It was an acting gig. I didn't give a shit. It was going to be an acting gig. It was going to be a fun acting gig at that.
Well, yeah, because all you got to do is be an asshole.
All you got to do is be an asshole.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking fun. And I was in. I don't know how close I was to the actual casting point, but I got 2 callbacks. One just with a general casting director, another one with some kind of producer or something like that. They were interested. They started to do talks, and then I guess somebody owned the copyright to the term America's Biggest or America's Greatest, whatever the title of the show was. Somebody owned that name.
Wouldn't that be before you go into all this production, wouldn't that be the first thing you check on?
Well, that seems to be Spike's problem. Remember that when they were actually forming the network Spike? And Spike Lee was trying to sue them.
Yeah,
and get the thing stopped.
It was what? It was TNN before.
It was TNN.
That.
It was first the Nashville and then the National Network.
The National, yeah, and then it was Spike, and now it's TV for Men. And then I had heard a thing that they were trying to cut back the whole man thing again now and try to turn it into like more of a joint thing. But that network sucks. Yeah. That network's awful.
But yeah, that was my opportunity. That was my shot. And
so what did they just
copyright? They just abandoned.
They just abandoned the whole project. Why don't you just name it something else? Seriously,
they just abandoned the project.
Most kids these days, when they're coming up with like a band name or something, the first thing you do is Google the fucking band name. I mean, you're telling me you couldn't just Google that, or
if somebody already owns the Twitter handle, you change your band name.
You change your Twitter handle. That's all you do.
Right.
It's like, it's not fucking rocket science.
Yeah, they abandoned the project.
It's reality television.
I mean, I would have obviously had fun. Denise was not happy I was going out for it.
Well, because she didn't want to share
she didn't want to be the girlfriend
asshole.
of Boston's Biggest Asshole. Plain and simple. According to television audiences.
Because you know what you would have been? You would have had to do all the fucking gigs around here, walking around.
That was kind of my point to it. I'm like, this is kind of an easy way to make money.
Totally.
I do a few months on this shitty TV show, and I come back here and I do bar gigs for the next year or so until my fucking 15 minutes are up. Where's the problem?
And if it's successful enough, you get picked up for a second season.
Those jagoffs
they'll probably fill it out.
I mean,
and then
Jersey Shore is a prime example. They get bank.
And then plus the fact that you do all that, and the way things are going now, you get DVD royalties after that.
Yep.
I'm sure you'd have to negotiate that into your contract, but because they put anything, fuck all anything, on DVDs. Mm-hmm. So of course they would put 1 or 2 seasons of America's Biggest Asshole. That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been fun. I would have enjoyed it.
Denise, you could be living in the high life right now.
I think she would have broke up with me. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Well, see,
I wholeheartedly believe she would have broke up with me.
Instead of you being an asshole, you're now just an engaged asshole.
Right. instead of being, this quasi F to G level celebrity from some failed SpikeTV reality show, I'm just a dick with a podcast.
One of us. One of us. One of us. Speaking of the podcast, you just this is really nifty. What did I do with my phone? Oh yeah, it's right here. You just showed me that Spreaker, our wonderful providers here, they are our meal ticket, even though this doesn't pay the bills. Spreaker has a free fucking app for my phone on the Android.
You were very excited to find that out, which means you don't read the Facebook page.
Shut up. No, I read the posts, but it's like the holidays. I forgot about it.
Right.
You did it it was like last Thursday when you, or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't.
It was the night I was drunk and photoshopping the Facebook page up.
Was it that?
I think it was the same night. I don't
think it was the same night. I think it was last week. Anyway, go to your little your Android store. You type in the Spreaker.
Also works for the iPhone or iPad.
That's awesome.
All your smartphone capabilities can get the Spreaker app.
So now you can take us wherever
you want. And now you can get Mike and Billy on your phone.
Oh my God, we could drive to work with you. We could go to the store with you.
We can sit on the toilet with you.
Why did you already know where I was going with that stupid joke?
Because where do you think I listen to our show?
What do you think we're doing this show right now?
Forgo your current reading material in the bathroom. Listen to us while you shit.
Well, because you know what's not too bad is that you can listen to us while you shit and then you play like solitaire on your phone at the same time.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So it's like, holy shit.
You can update your Facebook page while you listen to us. You can actually go to our page.
You could go to our page
and leave a comment. Say, hey,
wow,
Mike,
you guys,
Billy, I'm listening to you guys while I take a dump.
This show is about as funny as this dump that I'm taking.
You
guys
are actually just doing a spot for your app.
And by the way, anyone out there who wants to sponsor the show,
by all means,
we are open to suggestions. So if you're out there and you want to get some plugs in, absolutely, come on aboard. I will plug the shit out of your company.
We are whores.
I don't care. That's you know what? I've learned that's it's the oldest business in the professional world is whoring. So why not? Let's just get on board with it.
It's the only way you get ahead in this business.
In any business.
Truth.
Whore yourself out. Just bend on over and take it. So that's what I'm ready to do.
Come on.
In a theological sense.
You really think you'd be a bottom?
Yeah,
They'd work that pretty mouth of yours.
Wow. And we're back to working blue. Well, I think that would probably wrap up this show.
Absolutely.
Oh God.
Oh, well, thank you for listening to another exciting installment of the Mike and Billy Show. Episode 7, officially in the books. Provided, your microphone's on, I'm hoping.
My microphone is on, I think.
And we look to be recording, so all of the problems of last week's show hopefully have gone away, and we can get back on with the getting on.
We work with technology, and we fucked that one up so bad last week.
It's an on button.
Telling you guys,
it turns red.
You guys have missed so many good shows, but anyway, I don't give a shit.
Anyway, hopefully someday we'll find the technology to recreate those shows.
Fuck, I just want someone to come in here and produce this thing for us, so we don't have to press any buttons. The NFL players can't use drivers, but that's what I want. I want a producer.
You want to? Okay. Well, we gotta get a sponsor so we can hire a producer.
Oh, I didn't say I'm paying him. We'll get an intern.
Now you're talking.
Boom. All right. So next week,
I could use another cup of coffee right now, but I don't want to get up.
So next week, the Billy and Mike Show. Sorry, the Mike and Billy Show. I'm so tired.
Wow, look at that. He's already taking top billing.
The Mike and Billy Show next week. We'll have it's search. Maybe I'll come in with a bouquet of roses and we'll have an intern search. This is fucking stupid. I'm out of here.
It could go somewhere, but it probably will go nowhere. Thank you all for listening
again.
You guys. And we will see you next week. We'll see you next year. That old bit. Last show of the year, everybody. We'll be seeing you in 2013. Waka waka.
Take care.
Later.